Okay, hello guys, welcome again to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about something different. I want to tell you a bit about myself and what brought me to YouTube, probably a little bit about my story, my personal story, why I decided to make videos in YouTube. And initially, I will say that I'm from Mexico. I'm Mexican. I was born in the city of Chihuahua. I have been traveling to different countries around the world. I work as computer programmer for full time. I I have had different positions doing software development, so I'm very familiar with this. I have a master's degree in computer science, so this is one of the topics that I'm very familiar with. For example, when I was very little, I, like many kids, wanted to be a doctor, and because I love animals, I wanted to become um, veterinarian, an animals doctor. So this was one of my goals, but since at the same time I also wanted to be involved with electronics or robotics or something like this, when the time came to decide what to study, finally I decided to study computer science, mostly because the veterinarian school was not in my city, so it was like an easier choice. Overall, I will say that I am interested in very different topics. Since I was very little, I liked reading a lot and try to find answers to a number of questions. Now, since the times have evolved, I continue to learn, but in different ways. Now I take my learning to the internet and I am very curious. I always try to find answers that are not mainstream. I have studied different different philosophies, so I have studied gnosis for a long time. Probably since I was 18, I studied about gnosis, so I'm very familiar with the metaphysics, esotericism, and things like this. I believe in something beyond the physical realm that gives us life. So my goal is to do something to improve the world. This has been my goal since I was very little. I watch. I think there was one YouTuber that was, as part of his mission for the YouTube, was to empower YouTube creators to create good videos and be able to change the world. So that's probably what I would like to do. But from a more personal and probably even selfish point of view, I want to become independent because I don't like to be an employee all my life. So ideally, I want to become self-sufficient financially, so I will be able to do the things that I love more. So what do I love? I love to travel. I have traveled to a number of countries, probably less than I would like to. I have lived in at least 15 different cities around the world. I have worked a number of years in the United States. So my native language is, of course, Spanish, but I can speak English very fluently. I think, of course, with a Latin accent. This is obvious. You cannot get away from that. I also can speak fluently enough Russian language. I have been in different Slavic countries, including Russia, Belarus, Bulgaria, Ukraine, also Georgia. So I even have this curiosity to learn more about the language. I also speak a little bit of Romanian language. I used to speak more, but now I haven't had so much practice as I used to. I was in Romania many times. I have lived in Europe for about 4 years. So my main goal is to be able to not just change my life, but I want to become independent so I can travel, and I want to be able to communicate something to the world. I believe in empowering people to have opportunities, including the most vulnerable parts of society, which are children and women. I believe in women, I like women, I love women, and I believe they should have more opportunities. But I also love men because I am very much aware of the need to be fair with everyone, and sometimes men don't have all the opportunities, and mankind as a whole, we don't have enough opportunities, and there is a tendency to see things on the surface and believe in the propaganda, whether it is pushed by some organizations or by governments or something like this. So I always try to take my information not from the mainstream communication channels, and I am very much in love with the freedom of communication, that you can find different sources of information in the internet. I believe in privacy, so I'm very much in love with the possibilities of encryption to enable people to have privacy in their own lives. And I think the best way to explain my take on privacy is with an example that I think a lot of people say, well, I don't have anything to hide, so the government can spy on me. But I think the best way to take privacy seriously is you're not doing anything wrong when you go to the toilet, for example, but you don't want anyone to snoop around and see what you're doing there. Even if there was, let's say, a terrorist attack and someone was preparing a bomb when he or she was in the toilet, that doesn't, mean that every government should have the right to spy on you when you're in the toilet. So this is the best way to look at it. Everyone has the right to privacy, and there should be other ways to find information about people who are trying to commit something against society or against a specific group of people or even against a single person. And this has been always the case, so we should have the right to our own privacy. This is one of the topics that I'm very passionate about, but it's not the only one. I hope that during the course of following weeks and months, I will be able to communicate more about many different interests that I have. So one of these topics that I'm very passionate about is about the peace movement and against interventionism. So this is one of my favorite sites. Unfortunately, I think they don't have a YouTube channel. It will be so cool if they could have a YouTube channel. So this is one of the websites that I often visit just to have like a different opinion on how things actually work on the world without getting information from mainstream news channels or mainstream news networks. So you can find here information about very different topics. Usually they have like the same headlines. Americas, the war at home, which is related to things that are local to United States, because this is a United States website, but they have things from all over the world. You can see things from Africa, Asia, and then the most hot topics of the moment, such as Turkey and Lebanon at the moment, Afghanistan, that it has been going on for a long time, North Korea, Europe, Syria, Palestine, Israel, and probably a lot of things. This tends to be very well documented, and the sources are usually very good. So this is one of the websites that I often visit, and so this is one of the things that I will recommend a lot. On YouTube, I usually like different news media, such as RT America. This is one of the YouTube channels that I often visit, and they have a number of let's say sister channels or channels that are related to them that are also very important and very interesting, and they offer like a fresh perspective on things. I really don't believe in this propaganda that Russia is the culprit for everything or anything that happens in the world. I think they're just powerful country. They want to do what they think is best for them. I don't think they're innocent or just like white doves in any way. But this particular network, they produce very good content and is usually a good team of reporters that produce very good content and critique about current topics. So this is something that I would recommend also. And so this is about me, like in a very simple summary of the things that I'm interested in. And if you have any comments, any questions, any suggestions, you can leave them in the comment section below. Please like this video. I want to recommend you to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos, and hit the notification bell. This will enable YouTube to recommend you or to notify you whenever a new video is released. So that's it, guys. So again, thank you for watching.